Dude, I think we should just hop into Final Fantasy.
What about it?
Yeah. What about it, Jake? I mean, you're the one who's been contributing the most time to this game.
Okay.
Um,
What
I
do you
guess
want to
I've
know?
technically played through it a few times, but like you've been on this journey for a year. You finally wrapped it up. I played through chapters 10 to the end last week. Great game. Great game.
Okay.
What
Extremely
are your
important.
thoughts?
Extremely important. I played this game because when I was a kid, Final Fantasy VII came out when I was 3 years old. Of course, that is too big of a game for a 3-year-old. But as I got older, I my older cousin that I like looked up to, when I was young, he's 3 years older than me, so he could do cool stuff. He could do more old kid stuff that I couldn't do. And he was a game replayer as a young kid. Like he would replay games over and over again. I watched him play Final Fantasy VII so much as a kid, like so much. And I just thought it was the coolest game ever. And he would sit there and tell me about the characters and like kind of read the dialogue to me. And I just thought it was the coolest. I remember the last time I watched him play it because I just thought it was the best, man.
Is
Um,
this the same cousin that you watched play 10 as well?
no,
A
so I watched
bunch?
him. I don't know if I watched him play 10. I watched my neighbor play 10 because we were a little bit older then. You know what I mean? We were just like a little bit older, and my
I know.
cousin moved.
Yeah, I guess I
I should have
just
said
knew that
this. My
somebody played
cousin
it.
moved away,
Oh,
so I watched. Yeah, it sucked. But so then I watched my neighbor play Final Fantasy 10 a decent bit. But man, I watched so much Final Fantasy 7, and he loved the characters, which I thought was so cool. So he would tell me about the characters and what they were doing and how they were acting and the way they were. So, I really wanted to play this game, and it took me a long time to play this game. But what a fun time. I think the remake gets some things wrong for sure, but overall, as a game, very fun. The ending is incredibly fun to play. The gameplay in general is very fun. The story's great. They didn't make that, so I can't give them credit. But yeah, what a great time, man. It took me a long time, but I'm really happy I played it. I played the last, what, 3 or 4 chapters really quickly after taking a
yeah.
big
You
delay.
you
So
pounded them out. Yeah,
yeah, yeah, yeah. So
yeah. The I I I've played this game now a couple times, and I've fucked around with it here and there, and I always forget up until when I start playing again just how much I really love the combat system. Like it's
it's
such a
great.
really cool way to blend turn-based RPG with not turn-based action RPG, and it's very impressive. And I don't know why they don't do it more, because I truly think that is the evolution of like this is the proper evolution of like taking a turn-based RPG and making it more involved but still a turn-based type of RPG. I mean, the whole ATB system, being able to switch between the characters, being able to freeze the screen at any time, mixed with just hacking and slashing and dodging and all that shit, switching characters to make different decisions. I think it's a fantastic battle system. The one thing about Final Fantasy is that it has a different battle system in almost every single game, and I just think this is a perfect blend. Where 16 is more of just like a complete action RPG, this is such a cool blend of turn-based mixed with action, and I appreciate it a lot. I love the materia system. I mean, the materia system was good in the original. It's still good in this.
Yeah,
Like
it's
it's
it's super cool. I told you about this that for 70% of the game, I didn't like care about upgrading my weapons, didn't care about materia, right? I'm pretty good at games, so
yeah,
you could just get by on skill alone with dodging and hacking and slashing. And that's actually when the game became fun for me, is like more like took this next step where I was like, "Oh, I can't stop playing it." Was when I got to a point that I couldn't do that anymore. And I had to
yeah,
actually get better at the game and
yeah.
enjoy the combat system more, right? Like actually dive into
Which
it.
is like a big feature in all of the Final Fantasy games. It just hits like a difficulty
A
curve where
wall.
you're like, oh,
Yeah.
I gotta grind a little.
Very fun. I love the
I will
controlling.
say
Yeah. Yeah.
I will say that I do think this is one of the easier of the Final Fantasies. Like after that thing that I told you I was stuck on, After I you reminded me that I had to upgrade my shit, and I was like, I bet that's what I didn't do when I made this save in 20. So I upgraded my shit and I beat him really quick. I mean, I never died from that point forward. Like I got close. Don't get me wrong. Not that it wasn't challenging, but I just didn't die from that point on. Whereas in other Final Fantasy games, I mean, one of the things I love about them the most is I can get stuck on a boss fight for a long time and lose and want to fucking kill someone, but I have to go back. Whereas with this game, I don't remember my first gameplay if this was the same way, but at least with this most recent one, I never died. So I don't know, that's something to be said. The one thing I love about Final Fantasies is how challenging they are. Not that this one isn't. It's just I didn't die, and there's something I appreciate about dying, but it still gave me the sense that I had to fight
Focus
to not die, which I liked. Yeah, I didn't die, but I had to work for it.
Yeah.
So that's something. But other than
the controlling
that,
of different characters is awesome. I really enjoy that. It's one of my gripes. I haven't played much of Final Fantasy 16, and I want to get back into it, but I don't know how I feel about controlling one character the whole time.
Just one character.
I love that I can switch around.
I love Final Fantasy 16, but it was weird how little your party you couldn't do anything with it.
I love that about 7, right?
Yeah,
that the party matters.
7, it's very important, and you can play as each one whenever you feel like it.
Love that. So, love it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Very, very great.
And the music.
Music's great. Cutscenes are great.
Music, cutscenes are excellent. The music, the Sephiroth theme at the end, I was like, that's all I listened to for 2 days afterwards because it was so good. So
it's an iconic song, dude.
It is, yes.
It's been around for a long time.
It just was great.
There's a reason.
You want to talk bad? I have one negative.
Sure.
The tone of the game is slightly... Okay. This is one comment of negativity.
Yeah.
The characters don't translate as well from the original game to this game, in my opinion, that I've complained to you about this a lot. And to prove that I really remember it correctly, I have gone back and watched somebody play the original game up until the end of Remake. And
Which isn't far.
No, it's 4.5 hours. I just think that Cloud is way more of a goober in this one. He's a little he just doesn't have.
Wow, you think he's more of a goober in this?
First off, the voice acting for Cloud's awful. That's fact. I could have done it better, and I would have done it for free. No big deal.
I disagree with that.
Yeah, I think the voice actor is really bad. I think the dialogue objectively is significantly worse than the original game. I think that's where I have lost it, is that, the dialogue is worse. I just don't feel that I enjoy the characters as much in the remake. It just... Yeah, if somebody only played the remake and never played the original games, I think they would have a very different impression of a couple of the characters compared to the original game. And I think Barrett is way more of a badass in the original game than he is in this one. So that's my complaint. I think a little bit of that was lost. And some of that is probably making the game more friendly for everybody. Maybe that's some of it.
I think it's more like Final Fantasy VII, the original one, is the book, and this is the movie, and you kind of there's changes that you don't, because you read it a certain way, that I think those changes might translate different. It's an adaptation almost, which I think is fine. I really do. I think after we play through Rebirth, which we are going to do together. I won't be starting it this Friday. I'm actually working through another game right now.
I've got a long time before I start it. Don't worry. I started another game and I haven't told you.
I need to start it in the summer because Final Fantasy is a very summertime series for me. But
I started another game. I started another game and I haven't told you yet.
Wow, you jerk. We got to keep talking about this one for a little bit longer though before you tell me about that. Because you texted me, we've talked about it, I said it's iconic, I replayed it again, just as iconic as it ever was. That final battle with Sephiroth, which in the original game is a nothing fight. It's a nothing fight in the original game.
No,
it's not really the same, but it's such a good final.
It's the best.
What a compelling...
It's the best I have felt in a
Yeah.
fight since Clair Obscur.
Okay. Yeah, and it's not like over the top. Like it could be more over the top, especially when it comes to Final Fantasy for a final boss fight. But it is so involved. You are just fighting Sephiroth. Like you are just fucking with
You're
him.
doing
Your
it.
team shows up throughout the battle. It's a great
And
fight, all the way to the end where he's gonna drop the meteor on you, and you gotta fucking kill him before he does it. And then it does the twist, it does the change ending. But one thing I'll say to Remake is it's doing its own thing where it's like making a multiverse where it's not exactly the original game. They're changing things a little, but it seems to be still following the same course, even though it's different. But that was interesting. The game looks so good all the time that when it pops off with like the high quality cutscenes,
the cutscenes. Dude, the
you almost
cutscenes.
forget how good the graphics just are usually when they show like the cinematics.
The cutscenes
Dude,
are a movie.
absolutely.
They're
Yeah,
so good. Yeah,
yeah.
don't let my small detractor take away from the fact that I think this game is like a 95 out of 100.
Yeah, it's a great game, and
Those scenes are awesome. They're really good. Small other complaints are the expansive, like where they expanded some of the game was so ridiculous. Like some of the Don Corneo stuff is what made me take a year to beat the game because it's just like, what are we actually doing here, dude? But my God, when this game is you are progressing the story and you are playing with the characters, it is 10 out of 10 video game. It is awesome.
You know, it reminded me like just playing through what I just played through, which was 10 through the end. It always reminds me of how in all Final Fantasy games, these are games that just, and it's funny because this is one that is like one game cut up into 3 games. They're like hobbiting this thing, but it's interesting how much it still feels like a whole normal Final Fantasy game, because Final Fantasy games just, they go places. Like they're one game and there's so many different locations and type of places you go to, and just in this third of a game that they made into a whole game, there's so many like homages to those
but at the same
kinds
time,
of places you go to.
But at the same time, a fair complaint is to say, because they expanded some of these middle sections so much, sometimes you feel like you've lost the plot of like what you're even doing. And it's that Don Corneo stuff that you're like, wait a second, what's our goal again? Like, what am I actually playing this game for? What are we trying to do? You're telling me like the world is being destroyed and we're cross-dressing to like a talent show of some sort?
I mean, the world is being destroyed, but like that's how life goes on in this universe. So it does make sense. It's its own game, so like they do feel like they have to put, they're Final Fantasy games. They're big, so I get why they cushioned it like this. I don't know. Like I agree, that's my least favorite part of the game, but everything around that, like from sewers on, I mean, I was just in it.
Agreed. I just had to slip in a small complaint. Because otherwise, all I'm doing is telling you how much it rocks and how much everyone should play it, because it is really freaking good, man. And at the beginning of the game rocks, like right when you drop in, it rocks. It's really good. So sorry.
And the whole time I'm playing it, I'm just sitting there thinking, like, this was a game that was made for the PS4. Like, I can't wait to start the next one, because it's from the ground up PS5 game.
Dude,
like, I am
and of course,
this.
we're playing this be what got Chase to finish it and me to pick it back up was the announcement of Revelation, which we will be playing on release. That is the goal. So
that is the goal. The way I see it is, though, I'm going to take my time on Rebirth, because I do feel like I just plowed through the end of this one, and I think I did the same thing when I played it the first time. Like I really was just playing it to beat it. I know this next one has a lot of side content, and I intend to do it. So yeah, I am really looking forward to that.
We're excited. We're excited for Revelation, though.